Sheeds, thanks very much for joining me again on a Monday. You must be absolutely thrilled with yesterday's win.
Thanks for having me, Josh. Yeah, we've wanted to fix our starts. The last two times we've played Adelaide, they've jumped us. It's been 7-1 and 7-2 early at quarter time, and we need to fix that. They're a team that, if you fuel their game early, they're a hard team to stop, and we've obviously played well late in games, but we couldn't afford to give good opposition a start. So real clear focus on some strategy around quarter one and what we need to do to be in the game at quarter time. And we felt, we had 30 tackles at quarter time, and we'd really nailed contest, and off the back of that kicked some pretty significant goals, and then from there we felt it looked like our game for a lot of it.
It's one thing to say that you want to start well, but to actually do it and do it against really good opposition, you must be really proud with how the boys rocked up to Sunday with a clear plan in mind, and to execute was just excellent.
Yeah, it was a clear plan throughout the whole week, and especially with the leaders. JK, we changed warm-ups, changed the warm-up going in, and so we tried a few things as you need to keep doing to try and start well in games. We also, like I said, went in with a bit more of a strategy around squeezing the contest and giving ourselves a chance early in the game, around making it a bit more of a contested game and not allowing Adelaide on the outside.
I don't think I've ever seen the boys more calm pre-game, usually very pumped up and wanting to get the job done, but they seemed like they were there and knew exactly what they were doing, and it must be come down to leadership and all of that type of thing.
Yeah, it's a space we've tried to really grow in, let the leaders be them and let them drive the footy club. We're obviously here to guide and to teach and to instruct, but ultimately the players have to play the game, and to give them, I guess, more autonomy throughout the week and on game day helps them be great leaders on the field. And I think, when you're in contention and a premiership side, and consistently competing in finals, that you've got 22 leaders that run out, and that's our goal of where we need to get to.
Yeah, and 30 tackles in the first quarter. That's a fantastic number, isn't it?
Yeah, it was huge. Yeah, we didn't focus so much on the tackles, but focused a lot on the contest, and then the tackles were, I guess, off the back of strong contest. But our ability to nail forward half footy, to get repeat stoppages inside our forward half, to set up strongly behind the ball. Crows were a good side at being able to transition D50 to forward 50. So really clear strategy around what that needed to look like, which was playing front half footy, which is winning contests. So all them little elements of our game need to tie in, and I thought Finn did a terrific job in the ruck, and then our mids backed it up and got to work, and our forwards were able to bring the ball to ground, and then our smalls held it in there.
Yeah, starting well is one thing, but the Crows came back at 3 or 4 times throughout the contest, and it was great that each time you're able to steady. I don't think they ever got in front, and you're able to roll over them in the end.
The group's fit, I know that. Playing on a big deck, Adelaide Oval, we say it each week, we train really hard. We value the way we train during the week. We do a lot of combative training during the week, and also some match sim, and the boys are running consistently throughout the week, which we feel sets us up to play a really good contested brand of footy on a big oval in the open spaces, and we like to run and outnumber opposition, and that's what we're trying to do this week.
Yeah, you guys are certainly fit, and they played a brutal game the week before, and both Glenelg and the Crows lost. Did you felt like they were on top of their game, or that game the previous week might have taken it out of them a little bit?
They're talking about Glenelg. Obviously, they're a great side. They've won 2 premierships, and respect them highly. And we feel every time we play them, it's a really contested brand of footy, and they've got some serious weapons all over the field. And we'll need to get our matchups right. We'll need to get our strategy right throughout the week around how we can best get it out of their front half and get it into our front half. And but we respect them a lot, but we don't fear anyone at the moment. We feel that if we play our best footy, that we're good enough, and I think we've shown that over the last probably 15 weeks that we hadn't won against the good sides, but I think the greatest margin we'd lost by was 3 goals, and now we're starting to beat some teams above us on the ladder, and we're building some good consistency throughout the group.
You must be pleased that the boys it looks like they've just reset come finals, not just happy to be there or making up the numbers, which it's okay to do, come from 0-5 and 2-7, but must be proud with how the boys have reset and now won 2 finals and into a prelim.
Yeah, very proud. Like, I think, we've never talked about finals. It's never been on our radar. It's been about just playing our brand as much as we can and being in games and slow start obviously, and then ability to get some players back and build some consistency and the growth of players, the leadership of players. It's small little wins everywhere. I think we've seen that. The Finn Hurd and the Jaden Gales and have really stepped up, and then Pierce Seymour's had a career best year, and Jack Hurd's playing some great footy. Jacob Kennelly's consistently had big moments in games. Deck Hamilton's had a great year. So our 4 leaders have really stood up when it matters, and that's what you need as a footy club.
Jaden Gale to kick 5 goals in a final, that was pretty special, wasn't it?
Yeah, he's a great kid, Gale. He's very astute. He's a deep thinker of the game, like a lot of our players, and puts a lot of pressure on himself. But just great reward for effort. He's out here practicing all the time. Like I said, he's a deep thinker. He's always reviewing game and wanting to get better. And our forwards coaches have done a great job with him. And yeah, he's off the back of training and doing some work away from footy. It's starting to show the rewards now.
Yeah, and Burgess is someone that has got away from us in the past, not just this year but previous years. Must be pleased with. He kicked 3 but didn't have too big of an impact aside from that. Did a pretty good job with him.
Yeah, I think the 3 kick sort of the ground opened up a bit and we didn't defend it that well, and he got some good looks and would have been hard to defend any of them. Tom's done an amazing job every week. He gets the best forward. We felt Burgess was probably their best forward and a player that could take the game away. And once again, Tom did a great job, and it was up the field as well. Not allowing Adelaide out the front of stoppage and making them kick over fingertips and giving our backs a chance. And we've seen Pierce intercept on the weekend and Jack Hurd be really strong in the air, and so all them things help as well.
And Tom Donnelly's okay with his injury. Didn't come back on in the end.
He wanted to come back on, but the coach was pretty firm that he's staying there. So at about the 4-minute mark, he said, "I'm good to go," and said, "No, you can." Look, the game was in our control then, and we felt he's a very important player to us, as you know. And yeah, it was time just for him to sit there and get ready for next week.
And you must be excited going into a prelim final. How do you, enjoy the week and focus on Glenelg?
Well, I think that's the important message, is let's keep enjoying what we're doing. It's hard to play finals, it's hard to get into prelim finals. It's a tough competition. We've been able to do it through adversity this year, and I think we've got 8 players that played on the weekend that weren't a part of last year's finals campaign or grand final team. So it's a big change in our footy club, and one we're embracing, and one that we feel we're getting better each week with the development of young kids coming through, and the older heads really starting to take control on the field. And we just want our players to keep enjoying it. Footy's a great sport, and one that you play because you love, and we don't want the enjoyment to go out of it. So we'll embrace everything that the week throws at us, and boys love playing on Adelaide Oval. We feel we're really strong on the big decks, and we can't wait as a footy club.
Yeah, that's great. And just finally, you said 8 hadn't been a part of it previously, but the rest have played in grand final last year and won a flag a couple of years ago. How much does that experience help the rest of them?
I think it always helps. You mentioned before about being calm, and I think the leaders being calm does go through the group. And we've got some 17-year-old kid, Balin, that's played a couple of finals now, and Jaden Gale and Charlie Molan and Connor Ling and Mitch Nicholas that haven't been at the footy club that are now playing on Adelaide Oval. So I think just the temperament of the group is really controlled, and the group know what we need to do. And like I said, we'll plan really strongly throughout the week, and we'll go in and try and execute, and that's all we can do.
Thanks, Sheeds.
Thanks, Joshy.